Forget about building a successful business. Forget about building a dream team. Forget about creating wealth. Forget about building a brand if you don't get this one thing right in your business. And that one thing is recruitment. So let's talk about recruitment. Hi, my name is Rajiv Talreja, and as a business coach, I've helped more than 10,000 entrepreneurs by training them specifically on how to hire the right people. Because think about it, the people you hire can make your business or break your business. Now, after that melodramatic start to this video where I tore that piece of paper and told you forget about everything if you don't hire the right people, here's what I'm going to do in this video. I'm going to share with you 5 recruitment mistakes you need to avoid and 5 recruitment tips that you need to follow, which will take the quantity and quality of the recruits that you hire into your business to a whole new level. Apart from being a business coach, I have also invested in the recruitment business back in the year 2009. So I know what it takes to crack this code of recruitment and become a rockstar recruiter. So make sure you watch this video till the end, because apart from sharing the 5 mistakes and the 5 tips that you need to follow to become a rockstar recruiter, I'm also going to give you a special invitation to a 4-hour live training with me called the Business Breakthrough Seminar, where you're going to learn how to build a business which can grow without you. So make sure that you stay till the end. Now, let's go back to our topic of recruitment. Think about it. Firstly, you need to understand this. Business is not a solo sport. Business is a team sport. Nobody on this planet has built a business empire doing everything by themselves. Anybody who's built a successful, scalable business has built it because they have a committed and competent team. And the beginning of the journey of building a committed and competent team is in hiring the right kind of people. Hiring the right people at the right time for the right price for the right job can be a game changer for any business or can be a deal breaker for any business. So that's why we need to decode this mystery of recruitment, because most entrepreneurs struggle with this. Most entrepreneurs find it challenging to find the right kind of candidates. I know some of you also would have had these challenges where you need somebody, you have a job opening, but nobody is coming in for interviews. Or you have people coming in for interviews, but you're not able to find that right candidate for yourself. Whether your challenge is sourcing or your challenge is selection, I'm going to break down for you what are the tips that you need to follow to become a rockstar recruiter. So with that, let's dive into this, because we all understand and we are all on the same page when it comes to the importance of recruitment. It can either make your dream or break your dream. So let's dive into what are those 5 mistakes to avoid and what are the 5 tips that you need to follow to become a rockstar recruiter. Here's the first big mistake that you need to avoid when it comes to recruitment. The first big mistake that you need to avoid is just to go on a hiring spree when there's a crisis in your business and you just need people to fill those job roles. That's a big mistake. The tip to follow is this. You need to have a hiring goal and you need to have an hiring objective. What do I mean by a hiring goal and a hiring objective? Like how at the beginning of every financial year, you set financial targets and sales targets for your business. You need to scan through every single department of your business and ask yourself, what roles do I need to hire for? By when do I need to hire them? What goals do I need for these people I am hiring to fulfill when they are on the job? Because if you don't have a macro goal and a macro objective, then your hiring exercise is always a crisis fighting exercise, which is not at all healthy. So firstly, avoid that mistake of looking for candidates only when there's a crisis in your business, and create hiring goals. Scan department wise and create specific hiring goals with clear hiring objectives and with clear timelines by when do you need to hire. That's the first tip for you to follow to start your journey to becoming a rockstar recruiter. The second mistake that you need to avoid when you're going on this hiring mode is to go on Google and download a job description document. Think about it. Most job description documents used by small and medium business owners are actually downloaded from Google, and the only thing that most business owners do is they edit their company name in that downloaded job description document. I'll tell you why those Google downloaded job description documents are meaningless and useless. Because most of those job description documents that you download from Google are created by somebody who prepares the menu card of 5-star hotels. What do I mean by this? Ever gone to a 5-star hotel and seen the menu card? They have a long description for a simple dish, which means they write long Indian basmati grain with lentils tossed in Indian spices. What does it actually mean? It means dal chawal, but they've written it as long Indian basmati grain with lentils tossed in Indian spices. It just complicates things. Your job description document needs to be simple, and you won't find a simple job description document on Google. You'll find job description documents which will have paragraphs for 7 or 8 pages which nobody will read. Neither you will read it nor the candidate will read it. And even if you give it to a candidate saying this is a job opening or this is the job description, they will take that 7-8 page document and keep it in their bike's dicky and use it to wipe the seat when there is rain in their city. So don't give job description documents which are downloaded from Google. The tip number 2 for you is this. Sit down and list what are the tasks and activities you expect the person to do. Create the job description document by yourself and let it not exceed more than 1 page. List down the tasks and activities that the person needs to do on the job in a step-by-step sequential manner. So you know exactly what you want them to do, and when you are hiring a person or you are in the process of recruitment, you can show the person this job description document so they know what exactly is expected from them. But if you have a 7-8 page document from Google, that job description document is absolutely meaningless. Because that job description document contains paragraphs like, your job is to answer phone calls of aggrieved customers following the protocols of the business and the processes of the organization, to deal with the customer's grievances by creating solutions for the customer based on the values and ethos and experience that we want to create with our customers. What it actually means is, bhai, tera kaam hai phone uthana aur customer ko jawab dena. Your job is customer support. Instead of keeping things simple, those Google documents have 5-star menu cards. It's absolutely meaningless. So let's review. Mistake number 1 is to not have a hiring plan and hire on the go based on crisis. Tip number 1, create a hiring goal department-wise, create hiring objectives and hiring timelines. Mistake number 2, downloading a job description document from Google, which is absolutely meaningless. Tip number 2 is to create your own job description documents by personally listing what are the tasks and activities you expect the candidate to do. Now, that brings me to mistake number 3. Mistake number 3 that a lot of business owners make when it comes to recruitment is that they take the job opening that they have and they just put a message on all the WhatsApp groups that they're a part of saying, guys, if you have any candidate, let me know, we have a job opening for this particular role. Or just paste this requirement on their Facebook profile where only their family and friends can see it. Or look at their team members and say, koi ho to bhej dena. If you have somebody, let me know. Let me tell you something why this is a big mistake. When you are just utilizing your WhatsApp groups, your social media, personal profile, or your existing employees, you are looking only within your network. And you are only going to get references of candidates who are not getting a job anywhere. Now, when you hire a person who's not getting a job anywhere, and you feel happy about hiring that person because that person said yes to every question you asked them in the interview, then please know, you've not hired the right candidate. You've got a useless son-in-law on board. You know what a useless son-in-law does, right? That person eats for free. Fukat ka khayega, manwar chayega. You don't want such candidates to join your business. Okay? So that's a mistake, to look only within your network. The tip for quality recruitment is to actually go outside your network. Now, what do I mean by going outside your network? Of course, ask your team members for referrals of their friends who've been through the same education qualification as they have if you want to hire for a similar role that your existing team members are doing. Employee referrals is a great way of hiring for similar job roles. But beyond employee referrals, here's what you need to do. You need to tap into the power of social media hiring. And social media hiring does not mean just posting a job requirement on your Facebook personal profile. Social media hiring means that today you can define the demographic and the psychographic profile. What should be a person's education qualification? What should be their age? What should be their location? What should be their qualification? You can define those parameters on social media and do paid ads where you're spending 500 to 1000 rupees to boost that ad to the right target audience so that you are able to source enough number of candidates for the job openings that you have. So social media hiring means paid advertising. You can do this on Facebook, you can do this on LinkedIn, you can do this on Instagram, where you do targeted ads to the profile of audience which suits the job description and the role requirement. So social media hiring is your second strategy to go outside your network. The third strategy is campus recruitment. If you're looking at hiring freshers, then feel free to walk into the colleges, vocational training institutions in and around your city. Because when you walk into those colleges and vocational training institutions with a job opening and with a job requirement, the placement officer of that institute will stand at the door of that college like how Jaya Bachchan was standing and waiting for Shah Rukh Khan in Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum and with the puja ki thali to remove your aarti, because you're bringing a job requirement to their institution. Okay, and target the colleges that suit the psychological profile that suits the candidates, ideal candidates for your job role. Which means what? If you have a fresher level job and if you're looking for somebody who does not have very big ambitions like I want to study abroad and stuff like that, don't go to the top institutions in your city or in and around your city. Go to the tier B, tier C colleges where those candidates are looking for job security, who are going to come in with that sincerity to work and build their career in a particular job role. If you go to the tier A institutions of your city, then you may encounter that these candidates come from already very well established families, and for them job is an interim till they get their visa approval for their study abroad dreams. So be very clear what kind of audience suits your job role and target those campuses accordingly. So from a sourcing point of view, I've told you employee referrals, social media hiring. Third one, campus recruitment. Here's the fourth one, recruitment consultants. Please be willing to pay the fees to experts who can source candidates for you. Now I know some of you have an objection saying, Rajiv, I've already tried working with recruitment consultants, but maza nahi aaya, result nahi aaya. I will talk about that in the next tip for you. But let's for now write recruitment consultants also as a source for sourcing more candidates. Next is job portals. Explore different job portals. Apart from Naukri, Times Job, you also have many job portals which are focused on accumulating candidates from a particular segment or industry or sector. Like you have Baba Jobs or blue collar jobs. So explore what are the different job portals and use those job portals to source profiles as well. So ladies and gentlemen, employee referrals, social media hiring, campus recruitment, recruitment consultants, job portals. Use all these 5 and I promise you, you will never have a shortage of the number of applicants you are receiving for a job opening within your business. So that is tip number 3 for you. Go outside your comfort zone, go outside your circle of influence and use different sourcing strategies. Which brings me to mistake number 4. Mistake number 4 that a lot of business owners make is that they work with just one recruitment consultant or maximum 2 recruitment consultants. Now, why do I say this is a mistake? I say this is a mistake because consider this. Even a recruitment consultant whom you are giving a job opening requirement to is a small and medium entrepreneur like you who's struggling in firefighting and working in the mode of self-employment where they are doing everything just for monthly survival of their business. And here's a tendency that I've seen with a lot of recruitment consultants. Because they are self-employed small and medium entrepreneurs, even though they have a team, they're struggling in this firefighting game. They do not put consistent, persistent effort on sourcing candidates for every job requirement that they get. They try for 1 or 2 days. If they're getting a good response in terms of candidates for a particular job role, then they focus on that and source candidates. But if they don't get a quick response because they need to work on their monthly survival, they don't work seriously on every job requirement that they receive from a business like yours. And then they come back and don't tell you that I did not work on it. They come back and tell you your company is a small company, so nobody wants to join it. That's why we are finding it very difficult to source candidates candidates, and you make their excuse your reality, and you live with that reality thinking, oh, because we are a small company, nobody wants to join us, people only want to work with big brands. That's a lie, my friend. People wanted to work with big brands in the year 2000 to 2010. Today, talented people understand that working with a big brand is like being a glorified clerk in a large organization. Talented people today understand that working with a small organization is what can give them faster career growth, better learning opportunities, and greater sense of responsibility and quality of work. So don't believe that recruitment consultant who tells you that because your company is a small company, we are not getting enough candidates to apply. The reality is that because they are firefighting, they are not putting enough effort, and they are just putting effort wherever they are getting immediate results. So avoid the mistake of depending on just one or two recruitment consultants. Here is the tip for you. The tip for you is to actually give the job requirement to at least 10 recruitment consultants. Why 10? For the same logic. When you give the requirement to 10 recruitment consultants, they are all small and medium businesses which are firefighting for month-to-month survival. Out of the 10 that you give the requirement to, 7 may work on the requirement, 5 may work on a committed manner, 2 may get a proper result for you and source enough number of candidates for you. So go out there and give the requirement to 10 recruitment consultants. Now, if your question is, where do I find 10 recruitment consultants from? Just call Just Dial and say, I need a recruitment consultant, and you'll have 10 recruitment consultants calling you in the next 45 minutes. Apart from that, just Google recruitment consultants in your city and you'll find 10,000 of them, because in every street there are 5 recruitment consultants nowadays. So make sure you give it to as many people as possible. The mandate, the job requirement, give it to as many people as possible. Whoever gets it deserves to get that reward or remuneration, and be willing to pay them that money if they're able to source candidates for you. So that is tip number 4, which brings me to mistake number 5. Mistake number 5 a lot of business owners make at the time of recruitment is they neglect the candidate's experience during the process of the interviews, during the process of screening and selection. What do I mean by neglecting the candidate's experience? Think about it. In our country, when it comes to taking interviews, we have only 2 examples for us. Example number 1 is MTV Roadies. Because we've seen Raghu and Rajiv and Ranvijay take interviews in an aggressive manner in MTV Roadies for the last 10 years. Example number 2, Miss World Beauty Contests. Now both these are pathetic examples for you to have as a role model on how you should do interviews with candidates. If you are following the MTV Roadies way and you're going to stress out candidates by abusing them and ask them to do weird tasks that have no meaning at all, then you're going to neglect the candidate's experience, and that candidate is going to run away because you're unnecessarily trying to stress them out, even though stress management may not be a requirement of that job role. So don't follow the MTV Roadies way of recruitment where you're abusing somebody and stressing them out. Neither should you follow the Miss World Beauty Contest way of asking questions in a recruitment interview. Why? Because the Miss World Beauty Contest always asks for world peace questions. They ask candidates questions like, what do you think is your top strength? What do you think makes you deserve being the Miss World? What do you think you will do when you become the Miss World? And all the candidates know that they're going to get these kind of world peace questions, and they come up with world peace answers like, when I become the Miss World, I will spread the message of peace and not of war. I will spread the message of taking care of wildlife because man is endangering many species. I'll spread the message of green earth, clean earth because of global warming. Icebergs are, the Arctic Circle is melting, or whatever is melting. Or I'll spread the message of women empowerment and food for all. The reality is that Miss World contestant wants to enter Bollywood, wants to get a break with Dharma Productions, and wants to work in Student of the Year 3. So ladies and gentlemen, don't ask MTV Roadies questions, neither ask Miss World questions. Prepare for your interviews. It's not just the candidate who has to prepare. Even the interviewer has to go in prepared. And that is tip number 5. Prepare for your interviews so that you create an amazing experience even for the candidate. Prepare your HR round questions, prepare your technical round questions, assessments, assignments, okay? Prepare your final salary negotiation round questions, okay? Make sure you go in prepared. Recruitment is not something where you show up at the interview and then think, what should I ask this person? Recruitment is not just about asking the candidate to describe their journey, describe their life, because that's already written on their CV. Recruitment is about finding evidence of the skills, knowledge, and attitude required to do the job role. And if you want to find the evidence of the skills, knowledge, and attitude in that candidate, whether they have the required skills, knowledge, and attitude for the job role, then you need to prepare in advance. What are the skills you're looking for? What is the knowledge you're looking to test? What is the attitude that you're looking for in an ideal candidate? And how will you gather evidence in the recruitment process or in the interview process about the attitude, skills, and knowledge required for the job role? When you go in prepared, you create a seamless experience even for the candidate. So that is tip number 5. So with that, I come to the end of sharing my 5 mistakes and 5 tips when it comes to becoming a recruitment rock star. So make sure you avoid those 5 mistakes and make sure you follow these 5 tips. And please understand, when you make these changes and stop making those mistakes and start following these 5 tips of preparing and creating the desired candidate experience, of making sure that you're sourcing candidates from different avenues, from different methods, making sure you're giving multiple recruitment consultants the mandate for the job opening that you have, making sure that you are going in with a job description document that you have created, not something that you've downloaded from Google. And when you make sure that you have a proper hiring goal and a hiring objective for every single department right at the beginning of the year, that is when you will be able to hire the right person for the right job at the right time for the right price. And when you're able to do that, that takes care of the quantity of sourcing that you need to do and the quality of hiring that you need to do to make sure that you build the right team within your business. Remember this, recruitment can make you or break you. So make sure you follow the tips so that you have the right quantity, right quality at the right time for the right job within your business. And if you found this video useful, continue the learning journey with me. And here's how you can continue the learning journey with me. All you need to do is this. You need to register for the Business Breakthrough Seminar. The link is mentioned below. Register for the Business Breakthrough Seminar. It's a 4-hour training. It's a live training where for 4 hours I spend time with you and train you on a step-by-step system on how to build a business which can grow without you. And under how to build a business which can grow without you, you will also learn what kind of teams and systems that you need to build so that the business is running on auto mode. So click on the link below and register yourself for the Business Breakthrough Seminar. I look forward to seeing you there.